Good morning, everyone here in good old Melbourne town and throughout Australia. And good evening, people in the United States. I'm going to do the usual here. Where is it? Throughout mute. And very early morning if you're in UK. Welcome to the show with Terrible Tim. How are you, brother?
I'm maintaining and holding it down, Peekay. Thanks again for having me on the show. And much love to all of y'all out in the chat and out there in computer land.
Okay, you can have a smoke if you like. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Just on that, I was going to take up smoking, actually, chain smoking, because if you smoke, you don't have to wear a mask, because it's a bit hard to smoke with a mask on. So maybe I should take up smoking. But anyway, no, that's not a good idea. But anyway,
maybe I should take up masking. It's more healthy than smoking.
We'll get into that shit in a minute, right? We'll wait for a few people to come on. What have we got here? 30, 33. Hey.
Oh, no. We need one less, all right, Peekay?
It's gone back to 32. Someone.
Okay.
It's back to 33. Please. Quick. Someone else join. I don't want to get accused.
Michelle Conrad is watching. She's on to it. My friend Conrad. So you got to stop with that nonsense.
Oh, someone didn't like you because it's back to 31. Jesus. They're running out in droves.
Where's the love? Where's the love?
Oh, 30. Jeez, but in 10 minutes it'll be 0. 29. Jeez, what's happened here? There's a mass exit. Anyway, I've got a lot to say, Tim. I'm not sure about you. We'll just start off with what I meant to say right at the start, mate. This might come as a shock to you and everyone out there, but I think we're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
We're fucked. I could literally feel the weight of the fake bug upon my shoulders, and it's on everybody's face, even if they're not masked up like an idiot. The fake bug is just a weight upon everybody's shoulders, a restriction on what anybody could do, think, or say, or be. It's a brave new world, Orwellian dystopian, beyond what anyone else could dream. And it's worse than you think, Peekay. It's worse than the dum-dums think. And it's worse than I could think. It's worse than anybody could think. What anything's possible now.
Did you in your wildest dreams, dreams or nightmares, Tim, ever think that the planet would be populated by so many fucking brain-dead morons?
Well, we had a clue because a lot of people ignored and did not recognize and were totally oblivious to other things that the government has done, such as 9/11, most notably, Captain Hook, etc. But the fake bug tells you who they are. They show you who they are. Dumb folk is what we have the most of, Peekay. And the dumb folk maintain superior numbers. And they are taking us down on a journey, circling around the toilet bowl with them because they have superior numbers. They have a greater voice than people who dabble in truth and reality. There's too few of us, too many of them.
That's right, Tim. Not only are we fighting the so-called evil who have perpetrated these things on us for God knows how long, we are now fighting amongst people, our own people, in massive numbers. We're fighting against the 99% now. You know, we're I could call us, I don't know what, 1%. We have all of a sudden become 1% fighting the 99%. So it's like the powers that be have got an army behind them, and the army are the 99%. So things have just turned around.
I hope I hope the number isn't that high, PK. But even people who don't know anything are starting to take pause. Some of them have to be saying, wait a minute, it's the middle of summertime and they're trying to protect us from a cold. They have to be asking themselves, how come I don't know anyone who died? They have to be asking themselves, why these absurd rules, these plastic partitions, this bubble boy existence of wearing masks and socially distancing? At some point, it has to get old, but it doesn't. For too many people, it doesn't get old. Bring on more.
So, what's the mask ruling with you?
The mask with me is there is no mask. Fortunately, I'm situated in a place, Midland Beach. Maybe it's the salt water air that comes off the ocean where people have clearer minds. But when I go to the deli down the block, no one even says anything. The deli down the block further, one time somebody said something, but that was earlier. This other place I like to shop at, Family Fruit, they never bothered me except one time, and I told them I had a health exception, and they let it go. If I go to Home Depot, forget about it. There's no way. But at least I could wear. I wear the mask so that my nose is out like everybody else. It's not about protecting anybody, because as legitimate doctors have said, it's akin to having a chain link fence put up to prevent a mosquito. So I think even the mask wearers cheat, and I certainly wear it under my nose if I have to go to Home Depot, and I do have to go to Home Depot again. And anyone watching this in the Staten Island, New York area, which is probably just 2 more people at most, I say let's have a shopping spree at Home Depot, where a number of us go there without wearing the mask and see what happens. What can they do? There's no law. This has never been legislated into law. These are divine arbitrary decrees by the leaders of my area and the leaders of your area, PK. There's not been any legislation. It's just like an arbitrary decree, not based on science. They always tell us, well, we have to be guided by the data. And their data is a lot of fake bullshit, fake cases where the real actual body count is well under 1%, 0.004% by according to the CD, which corroborates the WHO numbers, which corroborates any statistic you can get your hands up on. Even with their shenanigans and cooking the books, there is no fucking way that they can make a case for the fake bug. People are not dying of it. They're not dying of it.
So, is it mandatory where you are? Do you get fined?
I haven't heard of fines being imposed in the New York City area, but they are doing it in other areas, though, in other states. It's a mishmash of control freaks deciding how hard they could tyrannize their people according to which governor it is in which state.
So you've got 23,000 people supposedly died in New York City itself, and Victoria had like 20 in the same time.
Yeah.
But we're wearing masks, and we're told to wear masks or we get fined, and yous don't. Something doesn't gel there.
Yeah, and even if you want to abide by that statistic, 23,000 people since the beginning of this garbage stopped. That in a city of 8 million people, that number of people, and they could have died of anything, because we know that they've been cooking the books, they've been doubling up on statistics, and despite all their shenanigans, it's an infinitesimally minuscule, trivial number that does not represent a danger to the people at all. The only danger to the people is the government. and their insane arbitrary dictates upon the people. This nipple ring leader of the dumb people, King Scummo, of the governor of New York, and that idiot de Blasio.
Yeah, well, Hong Kong has got just short of 8 million people and the same density as New York City, but they've only had 7 people die, and they're only 500 miles from Wuhan. 23,000 as compared to 7, and you're 7,200 miles away from fucking Wuhan. Something doesn't gel there as well.
Yeah, they're right next door to the fake bug. And what are the numbers for Vietnam, PK, which is also right next door to the home of the fake bug that was born in a batch of bat soup, according to the ludicrous, ridiculous story.
Well, unless someone has sadly passed away last night, the death toll in Vietnam of 97 million is 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cases were like 380, which were less than what Victoria had in a 24-hour period last few days ago. I just want to say a few words, Tim. As you know, they made it mandatory. Now, let's just go back 2 weeks. When our dictator Dan lumped the 6-week, they just pick out a number out of thin air, a 6-week total lockdown, which just so happens to bring it to 1 week before September. That's the month. We all know September's the month, but let's get back to 4 days ago. He said everyone's going to wear mandatory masks. Well, as you know, this thing started virtually, 1st of January, but it was declared a pandemic. Or it wasn't declared a pandemic. The WHO characterised it as a pandemic, but the whole world media declared it as a pandemic. In all this time, they said masks were bullshit, and definitely healthy people shouldn't wear it. Right. And we know, but the only decent thing about the mask is if you sneeze. And how many people sneeze? And if you do sneeze, you virtually sneeze down what's in your hand. Or, no one sneezes with the mouth wide open and all over the place. You sneeze. So that's the only reason you'd wear a mask. But 6 months, or you could say whatever, from January, February, March, 5 months. In all that time, no one's talking about a mask. Then all of a sudden, they all get in together. Australia, Britain, day after, and whatever, all around the world. I'm going to make a comparison here. Wearing a mask after 6 months of a pandemic, after making masks mandatory after 6 months of pandemic, is like putting on a condom at your unexpected child's christening. Get that?
Yeah, but
putting on a mask 6 months after a pandemic has started is like putting on a condom at an unexpected child's christening. It's fucking pathetic. Get on to that.
And PK, it could be any kind of condom. All they want you to do is be wearing some kind of diaper on your head, and they'll be happy. Even if it's under your nose, people aren't watching you that closely at Home Depot. It doesn't matter. It's about showing compliance and lending credibility to the fake bug. That's all they want. It's not about protecting anybody because there's nothing to be protected from. It's bullshit.
Well, I'll tell you my story if you haven't heard it, everyone. I do suffer from lung problems, asthma, whatever, which thankfully it's come at a good time. But luckily that's been recorded through my doctor over the years. and I went to see him Monday or Tuesday, whatever. And he didn't want to give me a medical exemption.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And I put it on to him that, can you make a statement that if something ever happens to me, you're going to be liable. And he didn't like that, so he said, I don't want to see you again.
Jesus.
So anyway, I went next morning, made an appointment. Just so happens he wasn't there. Yeah, that was a Monday. On the Tuesday, there's only one doctor there, which I didn't know, but I knew he didn't work on a Tuesday. So I booked in to see him. I was the last person there. It was 3:45, and he's an Indian guy. I filmed this as well. And, you know, I said a few things to him, didn't want to get him upset. I told him about Vietnam, and he says, they're just not recording their numbers properly. I should have said, no, they're the ones recording the numbers properly. It's the other countries that are bullshitting. But anyway, he gave me the slip of paper I needed, and on it says it's going to be during the whole mandatory mask period. So I've got this slip of paper no one can take from me. As I was walking out the door, he said, you know you're in a high-risk category. I said, what do you because of my age, supposedly. And he showed me, he held one of these visor things, he put on, it's like a visor. Instead of a mask, he says, you should use one of them. They're pretty good. I said, yeah, I'll think about it. See you later. And I just walked out. And, but since then, I'm hearing that doctors are being told not to give out exemptions so easily. So, luckily I've got in in time. So yesterday, me and a friend, Gary, who works at Footscray Hospital, a hospital near me, I did an interview with him a few weeks ago. We decided to meet at one of these shopping centres nearby, not the one that I normally go to. And we thought we'd walk in there and see what they're going to do. And of course, everyone is wearing a mask. 100% everyone is wearing a mask. And you just go back a few days. I went shopping on the Tuesday, a day before. We had 2 days leeway. And there were a few people not wearing masks. And I spoke to a few. And they were taking, advantage of the last few days. So, but 90% were wearing masks, even though they weren't told they had to wear masks or be fine. So it just shows 90% are virtually brain dead. So yesterday we walked in, and there's 3 staff members standing at the front before you sort of go through the whatever, doing nothing. I don't know what they were doing. They weren't like security. They weren't asking questions. But anyway, 3 staff getting paid to stand there like statues. So we walked around. No one really bothered us. Probably, I don't know, 5 minutes in there. Then we bought a few things and walked out. No big deal. Then we walked to a store, Aldi store, just, about 50 metres away. We both went in there, no big deal. I went out early, and I waited for Gary to come out because he was buying something. And this guy comes up to me with a mask on. He goes like this, look. And I said, what? Yeah, what? He said, you should be wearing a mask. I says, fucking wait. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Don't tell me. He said, I'm just warning you, mate. You're going to get a $200 fine. I said, oh, fuck, you're fine. No one's going to fucking fine me. And blah, blah, see you later. Anyway, that's the thing, Jim. It's all about fines. People are scared to get fined. It goes back to they've lumped the $1,652 fine on us weeks ago, whatever, if we go out and pub, out of the lockdown, whatever. And a friend of mine asked to come to one of the protests, whatever it was. Oh, who's going to pay my fine? Who's going to pay my fine? It's all about fucking money, mate, and no one wants to lose money. And so, anyway, cut it short. We did our thing, and we went to our car, and this guy was walking past with a trolley with a mask on. And I said, excuse me, sir, can I ask you, are you wearing that mask because you're scared of the fine, or you think the virus is real? He said, oh, the virus is real. The virus is real. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, my mother-in-law died from it or whatever.
Yeah.
Your mother-in-law, she's one of the 128 people that died in Australia. Yeah. I says, oh, have you got proof of that? Was she listed? Oh, I don't know. No. Oh, no, mate. No, mate. And then he sort of got angry. I thought, oh, shit, this guy's going to... And we sort of calmed him down. I said, mate, we're on your side. Don't take it easy. Then he said, oh, I fucking hate this mask. I've got emphysema. I said, what are you wearing the fucking thing for, you know? Oh, you know, because I can't. I said, go to your doctor and get an exemption. Oh, I can't go to my doctor. They're closed or whatever. You can only make appointments through the phone or some shit. Oh, go find another doctor. So anyway, we cooled him down and all was good. We told him a few things. But sadly, my fucking camera cut out because it only has certain time on it, certain memory. But I didn't catch the last bit. But anyway, people got the gist. But it's sad. It's. I'll just quickly. They're building a house next to me, which is nearly finished, and the owner and his mate. I could hear him doing something, so I climbed over the fence to see what they were doing. And they were building a barbecue, nice, lovely barbecue, and they're both not wearing masks. I said, "Hey, come you not wearing masks?" Oh, they said, "Oh, because we're mates." I said, good on you. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm only stirring you. Don't wear a bullshit mask. And I told them a few things. So anyway, Tim, just say a few things. And I'm going to, everyone there, I'll just say hello to a few guys. Pyman, Gaz, Nimnet, Scissor, good to see you all. Tony, good man. I think someone was asking me a question just before. I think it was Matthew. Jay, smile. Good on you guys. I think it was you, Matthew, about the lovely Ash, who was on my show Wednesday night.
Love it.
It was on previously as well. And she's asking the question, do I think she's a plant? Wow. I was going to say something rude there. If she's a plant, I'm ROOT, but I can't say that. No, she's 100%. She's not a plant. Fucking, if she's a plant, I'll give this game away. Fucking hell. No, she's a lovely person from what I've dealt with, and so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh shit! Oh, just before the show, Tim, I mentioned to you. Guys, I'm going to show you something. And it's fantastic. It's a guide that it's leaving some part of the Melbourne metropolitan area that's in lockdown and going out, because as you go out, I don't know how many kilometres, they're okay. And I'll get on to about how I see the situation. But
they tried to enter the forbidden zone, right?
They went from the carrier, the COVID carrier zone to the free zone, the good. I'll say that again. They went from the twilight zone to the COVID free zone.
Right.
But I don't know if you've seen this. Look, I'm going back in circles. You got a bit of a cough there, Tim. You sure you haven't? You should get tested. Apparently, they're paying people $300 each to get tested now. We'll get on to that later.
Really?
But I heard somewhere 2 days ago that the dictator Dan, he mentioned something about $300. They're desperate to get us tested, and there's reasons for that. We'll catch it. Well, let's get to what I was saying. 2 days ago, a woman on Facebook, Eve Black, I think it's that Eve Black. I'm not a Facebook person, but I don't know if everyone's probably seen this. She drove with a friend through one of these, what's the names, blockade. Well, there's that fucking cough. Anyway, she drove through one of these blockades. I actually thought it was on the border of New South Wales and Victoria, but it wasn't. It was one of these ones just outside of Melbourne. And she didn't wind the window down. Jeez, it looks like you got a mask on, Tim.
Yeah.
It's the sunlight. It looks like you're wearing a mask. Can you see that? Tim?
Oh, you don't have anything up that I could see, Peekay?
Hey?
Were you trying to put something on the screen?
Oh shit! What have I done? No, I'm looking at you. Sorry. You got the light on your face. It looked like you were wearing a mask. Don't worry about it.
And the sweet love of Jesus in my eyes too. See that?
Okay, just back to where I was. Okay. Yeah, this woman didn't wind the window down. The cop asked her a few questions. Said, I don't have to give details, just a few words, and off she went.
Yeah.
And then she got attacked viciously on the media by former federal treasurers saying that what she's doing is bad, and she won't be laughing because she actually went, put on a big laugh. Yay, He said she won't be laughing when she's in an intensive care unit.
Oh no, yeah. We'll pay the price for what we know, Peekay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I put up a video because people are doubting, thinking this is a bit staged, because they deleted her Facebook, whereas other videos mirrored weren't. But I removed that because simply because I thought that was the border, but it wasn't. So, but I'm going to show you something now. It's going to rock your socks, guys. I don't know when this was, whether it was yesterday.
But Peekay, give me a chance. I want to respond to a couple of things you said.
All right, go
on. Now,
COVID cough. Go on.
Yeah. Now, there are people who know somebody who died, right? But they don't want to entertain the possibility in many cases that person could have died of something else, an underlying condition. They're not trying to hear that the CDC themselves said half the tests are infected and they're 80% inaccurate, and that the guy who invented the test himself said that it was worthless as a diagnostic tool. It was meant as a research tool, not a diagnostic tool. Now, now your friend that you met out there who said his mother-in-law died, and you asked him, did 128 people, was your mother-in-law one of the 128 people who died in Australia in total? Now, he could have been in either category, because the other category is people who will step up and lie and make excuses for the phony fake show. They'll say something like, yeah, my uncle, my two cousins, and my best friend died. So tell it to them, Terrible Tim. Tell it to them, because people are dying. Half my family was wiped out from the fake bug. It's a Stockholm Syndrome reflex. People want to protect their oppressor. So and they can't not be part of it, okay? So they have to in clips give you some bullshit story about all these people they know who died. But anyone who is honest is going to tell you, Peekay, Terrible Tim, no, nobody that we know died. I have somebody that died of the flu, I think. I know somebody who died of a heart attack, and they've listed them as COVID. But that's how bad things are. And people like that will always go like that. Going back to the Hook or Boston Hoaxathon. Apparently these places are the birthplace of humanity, where humanity crawls out of the primordial ooze. That's why so many people know somebody from there who died. Another favorite thing, my cousin's friends know somebody who died, so it's real. It's real.
All right. Before I'm going to change track here. I'll show that video in a second. I've got to show something important here.
Okay.
And explain a few things. I'm going to share my screen. Let me look at this.
We get some screen share action here.
Okay, can we see that?
Loud and clear.
I want to get rid of us. Just put that there. All right.
Okay.
People who have been following my stuff. Let me go back to it. I always been referring to this site here, the Australian Government Department of Health, and there's always been this chart. Maybe I should find that. Tim, you do some talking while I find one of these charts. Hang on. Say a bit more if you want.
Okay, yeah. I could just reiterate any of the previous proclamations, as I said before. Here's something I could talk about that, just another absurd element of this fake nonsense. This Governor Gary Newsom of California has decreed no more singing in the church because it's found that the fake bug is more powerfully transmitted when people are singing. But according to who? According to him. And they suggest that people don't breathe so much, don't talk so much. So it's not enough for people to be afraid of each other's shadow for no reason. You also have to be terrified if they talk to you. You have to be terrified. And I don't know how well you can sing with a mask on anyway. I'm guessing that the choirs don't sing with masks on. But they're not going to stop me from singing. That's for goddamn sure.
All right, Tim, I've got it. You're just on the singing. Like Liverpool soccer fans weren't allowed to sing in the soccer restarted.
Yeah, same scripts everywhere, Peekay.
Can you see what's on the screen now? Has that changed?
No, it's always been there, Peekay.
All right, hang on. Let me change this crap.
I bet you're going to show us where they themselves are telling us it's nothing. But then in the next breath they say it's a deadly virus, and that's all that people want to hear.
Bloody hell! Sorry, guys, I got to get this right.
These technical all of these shows are fraught with technical difficulties. We're all trying to catch up to this. These kind of technical operations.
All right, there it is. You see that?
Okay.
Everyone see that's the chart I've been making a lot of videos about. Let me get to it. If you can see my cursor, up here, the total of people. This is a video I made July 20th. 123. There's 33 just happened to be ICU. 156 in hospitals. 2 weeks ago that was 2 and 10. But because of this Victoria bullshit, I'll get into that. And here you got down the bottom the age ranges. You got virtually no one in the 50s, 60s. And here you got for each Australia. Well, the reason I bring that up is because that's no more. That is no more. Because I'll go to this one.
They had to walk back the numbers, right, Peekay?
Does that change back to the other one, or is it still?
I think it's still the same thing.
Oh, so you got to actually go in here and change it. This is crap. Hang on.
Well, you can tell us what the numbers became. They got lower, right?
So now we're on this one. All right.
All right.
That's changed back to the. Yeah. All right. So that if you go in there now. I'll just scroll down. That chart isn't there anymore. And this has been like this for, 4 or 5 days. Why have they taken that out? Because I showed too much of their bullshit? Why have they taken that very, very informative map out? July 24th, see, the latest. They don't want to tell you those figures and show you state by state all of a sudden. Interesting, that. So, all right, I've shown that, and now I'll explain what's going on, guys.
So it's worse than I thought. They just outright took that chart down. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, get this. This is my theory. I talked about it the other day. As we know, there's no COVID-19, all right? Never been isolated, never been purified, never gone through Cox postulate and all that stuff.
Right.
Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Never been seen. It's not even been seen.
Exactly. So the testing is absolute garbage.
Right.
What they're doing with the testing, sticking that thing up your nostrils, is either they're vaccinating you or they're destroying something up there, or they're tampering with your DNA, whatever. But it's got nothing to do with a test for COVID-19. So let's just go to Victoria, Melbourne. We've all had the initial surge, first wave, then the flattening of the curve, and it flattens, and we've been taken out of stage 3. Everyone's happy. Things are getting better, but they're warning us there's going to be a second wave because they know, because it's part of the script.
Right.
So don't relax. Take it. We're making you free again. The footy's back. Everyone's happy here in Melbourne and Australia. But in that 4 or 5 week period where things were flattened, testing wasn't a big thing. Because I'll tell you right now, as you know, Tim, every single person has coronavirus.
Right.
Every single person. So especially the elderly and the aged, every single one of them will show up instantly with their test. The PCR test will test for a genetic strand of a virus which has got coronavirus amongst thousands of other viruses, but it will detect coronavirus instantly. So they cannot go and say, oh, well, they'll test everyone, whatever, 100% will be positive, but they can't go say, oh, shit, we've tested 38,000 today and 38,000 were positive, because people will say, what the fuck? What the fuck? So the testing is bullshit. They get their samples, do what they do with it. There's no testing. There are no pathology centres in Melbourne or anywhere around the world who have got the time to, I calculated like 20,000 in Melbourne every night. It takes less than a minute for each one of them, if that was a 24-hour thing to do amongst 19 supposed pathology centres there. It's impossible. So if they wanted the numbers, they'll make the numbers. They'll make the first wave. They'll have the flattening where they don't want to worry about testing or telling us they're testing people. But the second wave, they got the thing coming up again, because all that is, they're actually testing people in aged care homes. But not only that, they're taking people out of aged care homes and putting them in the hospitals. That's why I showed you before, the hospitals went from 10 to whatever the figure was, 150, whatever. They're taking them out of aged care homes, telling them they've got COVID, telling their families they've got COVID. Worse than that, they're putting them on ventilators, and that's why the ICU numbers increase. That would have happened in that 5-week flattening period if they wanted to do it. That would have happened last year if they wanted to do it, because everyone has got the coronavirus in them, whether it was today, whether it was last year, whether it was 10 years ago, whether it was 50 years ago. You get me? So their script was the second wave. And as Tim, all of a sudden, 45 nursing homes in Melbourne have been hit with this coronavirus. COVID-19 we'll call it. 45 nursing homes, but they haven't come into my house or next door or anyone else's, but they attacked nursing homes, which is one couple of 100 metres away from me. They just happened to sneak in there and 13 people were tested positive. The idiot even 3 days ago said, we finally worked out the high risk is the nursing homes. What? You finally worked out after fucking 4 months, even though it's bullshit, that the only people that are dying and the cases are from nursing homes and old age. Yesterday, the numbers dropped from 400 down to 300, because that's what they're going to do. We've got the peak of 480, highest ever, 480, big fucking deal. 2 deaths, 80, 90-year-old. Dropped to 300. 6 deaths. We'll compensate the cases with deaths. Oh, 6 deaths. Everyone at the shopping centre wearing masks. Oh, fuck, 6 deaths today. Fucking put this mask on. Fuck. 6 deaths. 80s, 90s once again. Fucking people, are you that stupid that you can't see what's happening? It doesn't, when I say effect, it's coronavirus testing that we all have. Test me now and I've got coronavirus in some form. If I haven't, they'll fucking amplify it up to make sure they find it in that genetic strand. So, it's all about fear, Tim. Fear has controlled the world in a way that they could never have imagined. As you know, it's all fear, 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 and this is fear at its highest. And people can't handle fear. They can't handle knowing that they might catch this bug and die. And in a way, the people here, I mean, I said to someone the other day, you know, the Anzacs, we have the Anzacs who fought for the Australians. They were on the front line with the New Zealand, that's what it is, Australian New Zealand Army Corps. In Gallipoli, they were the toughest soldiers in the world. You know, they would put out their lambs for the slaughter to fight for some other reasons, whatever, nothing to do with for the country. They would be rolling in their fucking graves right now, seeing these fucking cowards walking around with masks on because they don't want to pay a $200 fine and haven't got the guts to resist this or do some fucking decent research that doesn't take much to see that they are pushing us. When I say they, you know what I'm talking about. They know people are weak as piss. They are pushing, and they will keep pushing whatever with their bullshit until we push back as a resistance. But there is none of that. So they just keep pushing. They'll just keep putting on more bullshit. First, it's a mask. Who knows what's next? We know it's all leading up to the vaccine. They're going to push us to the edge of the cliff, Tim. Is it going to come to the edge of the cliff when we're actually going to say, hang on, fucking one more push and I'm over the cliff? I might have to start pushing back. It's going to get to that stage. Virtually, you know, you're going to be told we're going to fucking kill you unless you do this. Even then, they probably say, oh, fucking, yeah, kill me or whatever, or take the vaccine. That's why I said we're fucked, Tim. We are fucked.
Fuck.
We are fucked. And I'm sad to say it, all these years that you've been trying to wake people up and me, it's been fruitless, mate. You know, there's great people that are watching this and, you know, many other truthers. You know, I find it hard to sleep, mate. I find it hard to sleep to think, you know, what I've been seeing in the last few days. But, you know, but just finish up with that, you know, people, please spread the word that we all have coronavirus. And this testing, and like I said, every single person has coronavirus. So the cases would be 100%. But they can't say that. Because people, even the dumb fucks will say, oh, hang on, everyone's fucking tested COVID. Why isn't the death rate fucking much higher? They got to have the balance, cases, deaths. You know, it's all fudged. Different countries have the different rates. Australia are low because they want to make out the lockdown. New Zealand say the lockdowns work. How good is the lockdown? Then they're going to use the mask. And I'll tell you now that the cases will start coming down. And they say, oh, how good is this? The masks work together with the lockdown, together with the social distancing. But then he'll come out and say, sorry, look, don't relax. Don't relax. Keep those masks on. Keep those masks on forever and ever. Because I know if once you take the masks off, it's all going to go up again to the third wave, you know, third wave, fourth wave. Keep those masks on. You're doing a fantastic job. We are so proud of you, Australians, Victorians. You are working with us. Don't worry about the 1% of, you know, idiots that want to tell you it's all bullshit. Don't worry about them. We'll demonise them in the media. Don't worry. You know, check it out now. There's people, that woman across the fucking thing and another guy, a big truth that they're being demonised like you can't believe. Don't worry about them. You know, I was going to say something. Sorry, I've gone on. You get the gist. I think you get the gist. It's all fucking bullshit. And Yeah, I'll show the video in a second, but yeah, what do you reckon, Tim?
Well, okay, we're all in this together apart. We're all working as hard as we can and doing our part to exterminate the fake bug. They do it in their way, and we do it in our way, explaining to them that 100% beyond all reasonable doubt, essentially and statistically, according to their own numbers and their own body counts, the fake bug doesn't even exist. Now, getting back to what you said before, PK.
Just one sec, Tim.
Huh?
Just one second. There's someone that's joined the chat. Truth in your face. Good on you, Roscoe. Good to see you, mate. Long time no see. Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. And hopefully, if we ever get together down to Younger Jacksons, you'll join us again. But anyway, keep going, Tim.
And PK, I recall the video you did, this tragic, shocking story of a 95-year-old man dying. And they held a national dictator Dan got on television, right? And was it him or some medical official who declared, see how dangerous it is? Somebody died. A 95-year-old man who had his whole life ahead of him, and his family was shocked. They didn't think that he would ever die. He's 95 years old.
I made a video yesterday. Some idiot in the local, The Age, one of the main papers. Studies have shown that coronavirus has taken 17 years off men's lives and 14 off women's lives. So these 95 and 100-year-olds would have lived to 110, 115. This is studies, fucking studies. Oh my God, the shit that they're coming out with.
They would have lived longer than Rockefeller or the Queen, right?
I don't know anyone that's lived to 100, but if you go back in, I don't know, in America, remember that couple people, 105, both survived 2 weeks in hospital, and they were wheeled out of the hospital nursing home, and everyone's given them a standing ovation. and what I got to this, I'll tell you, 400 people die every day in Australia. You get that, people? 400 people for whatever disease, whatever. But
they weren't wearing a mask, though, PK. They weren't wearing a mask.
Oh, I'm right with that.
I'm just.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, well, yeah, obviously. But since this shit started, one a day in Australia, one a day from this pandemic, this deadly virus that the only thing you hear on TV and radio, one a day. So what's happening to the other? Well, it's 440 a day, actually. So what's happening to the other 400? We don't give a rat's clacker about them because there's websites everywhere, statistics for COVID, statistics. You get Dictator Dan coming out every morning with this fucking creepy fucking head standing there. We're going to give you the stats for the last 24 hours. Total cases is 5,700 cases last night is 300. It's all about fucking stats for COVID-19. What about saying, good morning, everyone. I'd like to tell you now the stats of suicides last night was 22. That makes it 2,500 for the year. That's pretty bad. Maybe we should do something about the suicides to take everyone out of lockdown and stop wearing masks. Oh, fucking what? Yeah, really? Oh, hang on. Maybe you should say, everyone, people died from cancer the last 24 hours with 75, blah, 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 or tuberculosis. No, it's Betsy, they won't give names. Sorry. A 95-year-old died last night, and I give my heartfelt condolences to her family, and you do too, Jenny McCarkos, and I'm sure you do too, Mr. Health fucking idiot, Brett Sutton. Our hearts go out to the 95-year-old that died. It's all about one person that dies from COVID, which is fucking bullshit. Don't worry about everyone else that died from cancer. Don't worry about my neighbour who died from cancer 2 weeks ago and had only allowed 50 people at his funeral because it was a day before the stage 3. Thank fuck they haven't allowed 50. Would have gone back to 10. But yeah, COVID. It's all fucking COVID. And you mentioned what before about the mask. Oh, I did a story. Some fucking idiot, supposed personality, whatever, actor, I don't know what she's in, some bullshit TV thing. She contracted COVID-19. She was fucking, dying, whatever, because she didn't wear a mask one day. I mean, fucking, she knew. In all that time, she was doing everything right, washing her hands, fucking wearing a mask. One day, she forgot to wear a mask. Days or weeks later, she gets this fucking disease, and she says, "Oh, straight away, it's because I never wore that mask on that day."
Oh,
That's the shit they are telling us.
BK, they always know the date, the hour, and the moment that you got the fake bug and cause everybody, yourself and others around you, to die. They pull that shit over here too. This whole family, half of them died because they know that Junior was out with his friends last month and none of them were wearing a mask. And they know that's why Dad caught the bug and died.
Unreal. I lost track. Yeah, so you know what's happening here. Victoria, the guinea pig state of the world, not just fucking Australia. Melbourne, the guinea pig city of the world. They're spreading their virus around. Don't let anyone out of Victoria. But people are sneaking out. Oh, someone snuck out and into New South Wales last week. Cases in New South Wales. Tasmania, of all places, the coldest place fucking on earth nearly, which is the southernmost part of Australia, which is a separate island to the mainland, not far from Victoria, Melbourne. Not a single case in 63 days. Not a case. And yet, as you know, viruses and whatever, germ, bacteria, linger longer when it's cold. and they seem to disappear when it's warmer. But no, Tasmania, not a case in 63 days. But 2 days ago, a case has appeared from nowhere. Someone from Victoria just happened to wander there, I don't know how. Then South Australia, all of a sudden, a Victorian wandered there and there's a case in South Australia. So looks like it's going to spread everywhere because, Victorians are sneaking out, spreading. Yeah, we're all carriers, we're all carriers. So that all of a sudden, the whole of Australia is going to be one big fucking COVID. They're going to rename it to COVID Town or something. It's so fucked, mate. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming on. It's nearly been an hour. I don't know. We want to change the subject. I mean, pretty hard. It's pretty hard to get anything else, isn't it, Tim? Wait, how's ISIS going there?
The fake bug is all there is. Now, Peekay, I wanted to touch on. Now, we all know this is leading to an amazing vaccine, as Bill Gates calls it. And as him and his husband, they're laughing at us when they say, yeah, they're going to take phase 2 much more seriously. Okay? But now, anyone who wants to trust, and again, just to reiterate, more than 99.6% of people survive this thing. Okay? Now, people who are trustful of the government haven't really done a look back or aware of what the government does to people. The Tuskegee experiment, for example, they injected black folk with the vaccine that they injected with something that gave them syphilis, or they had syphilis, and they don't try to help these people. What they did instead is monitor the way they die and write down on a piece of paper what happens to them as they die. Today's government is different from that. They don't have that. They wouldn't do something so awful to other people. But guess what? They want to give the vaccine to the black people first because they feel that the black people have been unfairly treated. So let's make sure that they get the vaccine first for something that kills virtually nobody, but just might kill them. And then I just wanted to ask you, Peekay, real quick. Do they do like they do in the United States with our baseball games right now? Do they put cardboard cutouts in the stands when they play that footy game, as you call it?
They did, yeah. More so than that, they had great big sort of what do you call them, banners, great big covering the seats with great writing on it, whatever. To be honest, I have not watched a footy game. I've unplugged my TV forever and ever. I will not turn my TV on until the C word has disappeared from our, what's the word, vernacular. I don't turn the radio on anymore because every time I turn it on, within a second, it's COVID. And I try not to listen to it in my car anymore because all it is COVID. I just trying
including the commercials, right? Because
more so the commercials. It always starts off in these times of COVID crisis. We're still doing this, or you can do this, and that's one thing I point out. I know for a fact, like the main chain supermarket chains, Coles, Woolworth, Aldi, and IGA, they a day before this mask wearing said they've got no real problem with people coming in with masks. Oh, just overnight that changed completely. Do you think the government sort of whispered in their ear something? But anyway,
yeah.
Shit, what was I going to say about that?
And PK, let me bring up something about the ventilators.
Okay.
While you're recapturing your thought that now the King Como and Trump, they made a big production about the ventilators. They're going to have General Motors manufacture these ventilators. We need these ventilators. And they opened up the Javits Center, which is a gigantic convention center to put patients in it. They had to close that down because nobody was showing up. They had this hospital ship sail up from Virginia. They had to send that back because nobody was showing up. Now, the problem with these ventilators is traditionally, if you didn't have the fake bug, the ventilator was the last resort for the patients. I think only about 5% of people live who are under a ventilator. They won't use lesser invasive forms like positive airway pressure machines because they've been told that if they do that, the fake bug will rise from the mist of using those machines. It's absolutely obscene. They literally murdered people that probably otherwise would survive, not to mention all the people who can't show up for elective surgeries that they need or diagnostic or having things diagnosed, all shut down. Even the dentistry department, from what I understand. From time to time, I have a dental flare-up and I have to go get a new root canal. You see all these nice teeth here. These are all root canals. Thank God during this whole event that I haven't had a dental emergency because I don't know if anything is open. I know my regular dentist up the street is no longer doing business. Do they have something at the hospital? I don't know.
Yeah, just on a few things. My son called me last night. He's working in the city still. He, on his lunch break, went to get his hair cut. He hasn't really got long hair, but he told me the story. He had to have his mask on. And as you know, if you're getting your hair cut, hair tends to sort of go down, covers your face, and, gets pretty uncomfortable. And he wants to, his mask is filling up with air, and he's trying not to cough, but he's not allowed to take this mask off. It was a joke. You're getting your hair cut and you got to wear a fucking mask. But the other thing I wanted to mention, I've got to tell you this. Look, as you know, I don't script my stuff. I probably, should write things down, but I just like to talk, whatever comes into my head. I'm not going to state the actual where this comes from or the exact figures, but I just want to mention something. Everyone, we should be celebrating right now. We should be celebrating the end of the seasonal flu.
Months ago.
If you don't know, the seasonal flu has gone. It has gone, and I'll give you proof of that. This is not so much the deaths. As you know, in Australia last year, 900 died from the seasonal flu. It was one of the highest. But as you know, that's all fudged figures as well to get everyone on the flu vaccine. But we'll go by their statistics, 900. This year, no one's died from the seasonal flu as far as these records show. Let's go back to March. March, the actual cases for the seasonal flu were 11,000 and COVID cases were 5,000. So, all right. But then, sorry, hang on. Start that again. 2019, March was 11,000. 2020 was 5,000. So, I'm fucking this up. Cut it short. Then April 2019 was like 20,000. But now in 2020 it was 300. Right, sorry. It went from March this year from 11,000 down to 300 all of a sudden in 1 month. But whereas last year it went from 11 down to up to 20, next month 30, 50, 70,000 people got seasonal flu in July last year. This year it's 200.
We discussed this before, Peekay, where we both agreed they kind of borrowed numbers a little bit to put.
Maybe just that and a little more, but but the flu, how good is that? Oh, the flu vaccine from last year must have worked. So you think the mainstream's going to tell you this? What? Oh no, but everyone's going to wear a mask because we're going to die from this COVID-19, and that's the other thing. I think someone under 60 died in the last few days. Wow, that makes three under 60 in 7 months throughout Australia. But what's happening here? Not only the nursing homes, schools are closing down everywhere because someone's supposedly testing positive. Supposedly kids are testing positive now in schools. All bullshit to make it look like kids get affected. Well, but no one's dying, of course. No one under 50 is dying.
The fake bug is a tricky creature, Peekay.
Called it a cunning virus.
Yeah.
Cunning. It knows how to creep into nursing homes. It could pick a nursing home compared to a normal home next door, because nursing homes, most of them like normal homes, but it knows which one's the nursing home because it likes to get people that have been laying in a bed for the last year, who have not gone out once, who have not mixed with any people, but they've caught the COVID-19. And the shit that they use now as well, because they're going to use crap like, the cruise ships and all that garbage. Oh, it's because casual workers are going from one nursing home to another. They're spreading these casual workers. It's all the workers now are the ones that are spreading it as well to the patients, from one patient to, it's fucking hilarious. And this is a figure, unbelievable. They said 80% of cases in Victoria or Melbourne are from nursing homes or in meat processing places. 80%.
Because they're trying to shut down the food supply.
Take them away and let everyone live their fucking lives. But no, we're all going to wear a mask because we're going to catch this virus, even though someone said to me, that's what the guy said to me. When he walked away, he said something. He said, mate, I'm not 95 and I don't live in a fucking nursing home. 128 dead. Pandemic my fucking ass. Fuck off. I think that's what I said.
The fake bug is an evil plotting devil. I think the fake bug tries to write themselves into the will, figuring that a lot of old folks have some money that they could inherit to the fake bug.
So what are we going to do, Tim? What are we going to do?
The fake bug, as you know, lives in high style. It travels first class and only goes to the Western nations, avoiding its neighbors that are surrounding China. The fake bug, anything is possible. The fake bug is flying through the air. That's why idiots are wearing masks. They think the fake bug could be in any molecule or atomic substructure of particulate that might be around them, and the mask will save them. The mask, where the fake bug, I think it's like 2 microns or something, and it would go right through that fucking thing if it existed at all. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's like a mosquito going through a cyclone fence. It's, you know, you can fit 100 mosquitoes through it all at once in a pile. It'll still go through.
And PK, I can tell you one consequence of this thing is I haven't been to a doctor in a long, long time because of this. And even if I did, there would be all kinds of absurd rules in the waiting area, just as you had to deal with. But how can anybody who is sane, reasonable, and rational have faith in allopathic medicine now? How can anybody have faith? Now, I know that there's doctors who go on the internet because they don't get to be on the fake news. But the American Medical Association, there has to be some doctor communities. There has to be somebody that raises their voice about this thing. According to their medical training and according to what Dr. Fauci says, they're 2 different animals. And at one point, Dr. Fauci was telling the truth about the fake bug, that the masks are useless. And as you recall, he penned an article in the New England Journal of Medicine, March 26, 2020. He penned an article saying that it's no more harmful than the flu. At the same time that he was promoting it on TV, he was on 60 Minutes, for crying out loud, telling us that the masks are worthless. People don't want to hear. I guess maybe dumb folk don't watch 60 Minutes, but you don't even have to watch 60 Minutes. All you have to do is follow the available information, authentic information that's been corroborated and peer-reviewed, telling you that this whole thing is a fucking lie.
Funny, I've got the video clip of that ready to upload to a video where he actually says the masks are useless. It's only a short version, like 30 seconds, but I'll be doing that sometime today. But yeah, we're told so many things, like in Great Britain, just days after it was supposedly declared as a pandemic, the government health site actually said it's not was it NCID? What's the word? It's not an infectious disease.
A high quality incident to something.
HCID, you're right. It's clearly there. It's clearly there. It's not made up. And this is on March 19. March 19th, right at the start. And so 4 months later, we're carrying on like this. It's all about fucking control, Tim. And they're using this fake bug to control the whole world because the Great Reset is coming.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
The Great Reset. And what, everyone's going to accept this Great Reset? Fucking Great Reset. Honestly.
And PK, that's what gets me the most and probably gets you the most, is the makers of the fake bug themselves have told us it's fake, but it's to no effect at all, because all they want to hear is the propaganda that you get from the fake news. They don't want to hear truth and reality. Facts don't matter anymore. It never did. The only thing that matters is the media government narrative. Anything else is bullshit, has to be suppressed, has to be censored, has to be ignored, has to be ridiculed, has to be minimized.
Yeah, they've laughed at us for years, and sadly, they're still laughing at us.
Yeah, but they're the ones wearing the masks. They're recommending that bullshit tinfoil epithet as always, but they're wearing fucking masks for something that statistically and essentially doesn't exist according to their own numbers, and it's a matter of public record.
I think what everyone should be doing is make your tinfoil hat, put your tinfoil hat on, don't wear a mask, and when you go out shopping, there'll be the tinfoil hat brigade against the mask brigade. See how we go. We'll wear a fucking tinfoil hat. That doesn't bother me. It's not going to fucking, wreck my fucking breathing habits or, Let's wear the tinfoil hats and see who the fucking idiots are.
I think it was you who said the last time, when you see someone wearing a mask, say, hey, thank you for protecting me from your disease by wearing that fucking mask. You fucking bra-faced moron. Thank you.
Yeah, the thing, I got to control myself and not actually get into an argument, calling people out for wearing masks. But a number of these people wearing masks know something's wrong. But as I said, it's a $200 fine, and that matters more than anything. As long as I have to pay $200 fine, I will destroy my fucking oxygen intake, or I'll have all these problems where I'll fucking end up dying from lung problems, whatever, because of this mask. But as long as I don't have to pay $200, I'll even give my life for that, so I don't have to pay $200. $200 means more than my fucking health and my life expectancy. Oh, fucking what?
The government
means everything, Tim.
The government is literally restricting your airflow on a threat of fine. They're telling you, okay, less air for you. Breathe in your own carbon dioxide, and if you don't want to do that, we'll give you a $200 fine.
I'm waiting. I haven't seen it yet. Videos of shit. Reminder, I got to show this video. But thanks. For some reason, like I said, the reason I'm coughing now because for breakfast I had toast and a little bit of
the crumb gets in the throat.
And the worst, I cough because of it. But anyway, I have got problems. It's not COVID. The video. Oh fuck! Shut up.
We're gonna see that movie where somebody tried to bust out of the forbidden zone.
Right. While we're on, I'm gonna get it now. All right, hang on, guys.
Life imitates art. It's like Planet of the Apes.
Everyone, you have to watch this. This guy has got balls bigger than Texas. And if everyone was like this, by God. It goes for like 14 minutes. I'm going to try to cut it short.
I'll tell you, Peekay, I wouldn't mind watching the whole thing.
We got that there. Hang on. All right. We'll cut you out.
Okay.
I'll put this like 3 minutes in. He's come to one of these stops. This is just outside of Melbourne. I think it's on the way to Geelong, if you know the Melbourne area.
The fake bug checkpoint.
All right. I'll try to skip it through. Where are we? Get back to it. Oh, Jesus. I'll make it a big screen. Is that better?
Yeah, it's good, Peekay. We're good.
All right, everyone. I'll turn it up. See if hopefully you can hear it. Let me know if you can't hear this. This guy is fantastic. And watch how the cops get real excited. They get real excited because they've got this guy. There we go.
They caught a criminal.
What are your names, officer?
My name's Jamie Gill. I'm the Sergeant Police Geelong Police Station.
Okay, who are you, sir?
Driver's license under the red safety.
Can you hear that, guys?
Driving a vehicle.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I've had conversations with Vic Roads.
Yep. Sorry, just hard hearing.
Well, that's okay. You're not going to break my window, are you?
Pardon?
You're not going to break my window?
No, not at all.
You?
No.
Right. So now I've had a conversation with Vic Roads, who have got the commercial instrument through, and I am not required to carry a license.
No, but you need to give us your license while you're driving a vehicle.
No, I don't need to do anything.
No, you do.
No. So are you familiar with rights?
You're required to state your name and address.
No, I'm not required to. No.
There we go. Watch this guy here.
Caution, you're being filmed.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're well aware of that.
You're being recorded.
Yeah, you're being recorded.
State your name and address, otherwise we'll have to arrest you for the purposes of ID.
No, thank you.
Sorry?
No, thank you.
This guy's a dickhead.
You just want to get out your license and then it's all over with, mate.
No, thank you.
Is this car registered to you?
Have you read the notice?
Is this car registered to you?
I do not contract with your corporation anymore. Are you familiar with rights?
Right, listen carefully. I now require you to undergo a drug test.
No, thank you.
Or a drug refusal. I now explain the consequences to you.
Oh,
If you fail to provide me a sample of your oral fluid, you think this is funny, do you?
I don't contract.
If you fail to provide a sample of your oral fluid, you'll be charged with that offence. And if you're found guilty at court, you'll lose your licence for 2 years. If you've got a prior conviction for either drug or drink driving, you'll lose your licence for 4 years.
No, thank you.
Are you still refusing to undergo a preliminary oral fluid test?
Yes, I
And I've
am.
got the device right in my hand.
Yes, I know.
Now I'm asking you to provide ID.
No, thank you.
Car registered to you?
None of your business.
No, it's not. We'll do a,
I don't consent to any commercial charge.
Mate, driving a motor vehicle.
I've spoken to Vic Roads about this. I've got the commercial instrument through Vic Roads.
do a Rico check first. If it comes up to him, I'm happy. If I do, if it doesn't come up to him, I'm going to break the window.
No, you won't. Thank you. I'm going to...
Did you hear what he said? He's
Yep.
going to break his window. What a fucking piece of scum. I'll
Yep.
keep going, guys. Hope you're paying attention to this.
Do you if you break my window?
Carol Forrest always talking to.
What?
You please turn your car off while I'm chatting to.
Car is off.
It is off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the car registered to do?
It is none of your business.
Okay, we'll do a check.
Yeah.
Right, another thing, you are not to leave this site until I authorise you to leave.
No, I don't consent to that.
You'll be copying another offence.
I don't consent to that.
I'm now doing a breath test device and then check you for alcohol.
I don't consent to that.
Fuck
either.
off, idiot.
None of your business.
Confirm your identity.
No, you don't.
You're driving a motor vehicle.
I've had the right to privacy, don't I?
Because you're driving a motor vehicle.
No. What's the crime?
Road Safety Act.
What's the crime?
You're driving a motor vehicle.
No.
Okay.
All rights are
Do you
reserved.
have any photo ID on that?
All rights are reserved on the commercial instrument through Vic Roads, right? Now, listen.
You have to say, just
Listen.
so you're aware, you're driving a motor vehicle, we've got to confirm your identity.
No, you don't. It is none of your business, right?
Sit on.
It's none of your business.
We make inquiries.
Yeah, you make some inquiries, but it is none of your business. I do not contract with your corporation anymore. Now, I have the right of refusal, right? Don't I?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Pursuant to High Court,
No, you don't.
Right?
You don't.
Yes,
That's
I do.
okay. That's right. You're right.
yes, I do.
That's okay. Right. You don't.
And I don't consent to any commercial charges, right?
Pigs. Pigs.
Now, if you do any violence tonight, it will be on YouTube. It's live on YouTube, right?
It's all recorded.
Good.
Well, it's all recorded.
Take your battery. It's all being
No, don't do any violence.
okay.
I know what your corporation's like. You try, and you've got the same problem that Kensington Flats.
Right, I'm going to require you to undergo a breath test. To my satisfaction, are you going to provide a sample of your breath for analysis?
No, thank you.
I'm all ready to go.
No, thank you.
What's the reason for refusing a breath test?
Because I have rights.
And I'll just explain the consequences for refusing. If you refuse to undergo a breath test, you'll be charged with that offence. If you're found guilty of court, you'll lose your licence for 2 years. If you've got a prior conviction for refuse or drink driving offence or drugs, you'll lose your licence for 4 years.
No, thank you. Very lowly offer. No, thank you.
Thanks for your offer, but no thank you.
Confirmed ID. We're happy with that.
Are you happy with that?
We're just doing a few more checks to confirm your ID.
I think you might have been one of the ones that held me down 2 weeks ago. Not a problem.
I've never met you before.
Yeah, okay. No. You seem nice.
Just trying to do our job.
I get that.
Doing it correctly.
Get that, but I'm also doing my job as well as a citizen. I'm upholding civil rights and exposing Victoria Police Corporation with their contracts. So I'm doing my job as well.
Look at these goons.
Fuck them. What are they, nurses or doctors?
Hey?
Where's the doctor? They're not doctors.
You are aware that I have rights, aren't you? Right. They're aware too, aren't they?
Here we are.
Good.
These patrol things are everywhere throughout Melbourne, mate.
Peekay, look at those idiots. They're even wearing gloves.
But he keeps doing this shit. I've got another 7 minutes. Hang on, I'll just skip it here. I'll skip a minute.
Confirm your address.
Hang on.
Sorry?
All
None of
right.
your business. There's no injured party, it's none of your business.
I can't take it, sorry.
There's no injured party, none of your business.
We're not doing anything party.
I know.
I'm asking to confirm your address.
Not interested, none of your business. None of your business.
You have people break this window in to confirm your
Okay, he does not have any consent.
What did he say then? Break the window?
Sir, it's
Oh,
not.
go back there. He mentions his address. Hang on.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
So since then, I have learned. Sir, it's not.
So he lives in
None of
Geelong.
your business. There's no injured party. It's none of your business. There's no injured party. None of your business.
We're not talking about injured party.
I know.
I'm asking to confirm your address.
Not interested. None of your business. None of your business.
You have to confirm your
I think he said happy if I break his window.
Okay, you do not have any consent to cause violence here. You have. It is none of your business, sir. It is none of your business, right? This is live on YouTube. There is none of your business, right?
Have a look at the dumb
I
fucks,
have to
will you?
write the contract, don't I? Yes, it is. I've had the right to refuse.
Contracts are irrelevant.
A legitimate court, not like your magistrate court, which is a civil court.
Well, if that's a false address on there,
It's none of your business.
I'm explaining something to you.
Okay.
If it's a false address, you'll be charged with that offence as well, all right? At the moment,
I don't consent. I don't consent to any charges.
I'm going to give you the offence of refusing breath test, refusing to do a drug test,
No, thank you.
and for refusing to state the name and address.
No, thank you. I do not consent to any commercial charges.
Sorry?
I do not consent to any commercial charges either.
Just so we got this right, what's your reason for refusing a drug test?
Because I've got rights. They're upheld in the High Court of Australia, a legitimate court, not like your magistrate court. I've got the right to refuse any unsolicited commercial offers, don't I?
You understand?
No, I don't understand.
To do the drug test, I explained before, just repeating them for you. You will be charged with that offence.
No,
If
thank you.
come to your court, you will lose your license to a minimum of 2 years fine, and I don't know, in your case, you may go to jail.
No, thank you. Very lovely offer, but no,
The
thank
same
you.
applies to drink driving.
No, thank you.
Do the drink driving.
Very lovely offer, but no, thank you.
So you're looking at another 2 years loss of license, and if you've got a prior 4 years.
No, thank you. Very lovely offer, but no, thank you.
Alright.
You're gonna have to
You
do.
receive a whole list of fine charges in the mail.
No, thank you.
Watch this part where he tries to give that back.
No, no, no. You're being served, sir. You're being served the cease and desist notice. That's the
Good
notice.
stuff. Look at that.
Oh,
What a
really?
pig.
I'm going to do the same to yours. I don't want your commercial charges either.
Oh, watch that again, guys, how he throws it back.
You're going to have to
You
do.
receive a whole list of fine charges in the mail.
No, thank you. No, no.
It's your paper.
But you're being served, sir. You're being served the cease and desist notice. That's the notice.
It's your piece of paper.
What
Oh,
a
really?
fucking
I'm
dog.
going to do the same to yours. I don't want your commercial charges either.
What would you?
Questions for us, left.
They're the three goons.
We just got some COVID questions for you.
COVID questions.
I know nothing about COVID.
You know nothing about COVID.
No.
They're enemies of the state.
I know nothing about COVID. It's a fake bug.
Get the sergeant in on this.
No, thank you.
Well, what's your reason?
Hang on, what do you mean, what's my reason?
You come to an area that's been locked down, that you can only have to register for reasons.
Yeah.
And you come to a place that isn't.
Yeah, I'm a civil rights activist. That's my reason. So that's,
Working today,
I'm doing whatever I do.
and what is that?
Contract. What do you guys do?
Sorry?
Contract.
Contract?
And what do you guys do?
Service, sorry, we need to
You,
confirm with
do you, are you doing essential service contracting?
I'm an essential worker, yes.
What about your contracts? Is that essential?
Oh,
Is contracting out an essential service?
got you there.
No.
Nearly
So I don't
finished.
consent to any of your commercial charges. I don't consent to any of your tickets. Right? You will receive a copy of the notice. Right? You will receive the instrument back. And if you try and put it through the magistrate court, I've got the evidence here, and your magistrate court will cop a cease and desist and refusal as well. Right? So you do whatever you think you're going to do.
be doing today, then please share your business together.
I don't consent to that, and it's all recorded.
You can do it some sort of like magistrate court.
Yeah, I don't consent to that either.
And you can share the consent and court to magistrate.
I won't be consented. It'll be a cease and desist notice of refusal. I've got all the evidence here.
What's the reason for refusing to take your name?
Because I've got rights.
This guy has to stop
What's
writing.
the reason for refusing to take your address?
I have rights. They're upheld in a legitimate court,
What's
aren't
the
they?
reason being a dickhead? Yeah, look at this guy. He's jumping here. Oh, he's got to write down something. It's nearly finished, guys. About a minute left. These two idiots walk away. Yeah, 30 seconds left. They discuss their bullshit. The actual video stops in a few seconds. We don't see him leave. I honestly don't know what's happened here after this. Maybe there's a continuation. I'll actually put the link in the description later, guys. Okay? Because right now it's going to stop, I think. There it is. All right. Let's get back to the show. I'll turn the volume down. Is everyone still in chat?
Yep.
All right, guys. Tim, what do you think of that?
I love I love the idea of sovereign citizenship and proclaiming your right as a natural sovereign, where you're not subject to the dictates of an arbitrary government. And I would love to try that myself, but I think it can only work is if enough people do it. Because I think, if I declare my sovereign citizenship, if I get pulled over or I decide, hey, I'm a sovereign citizen, I don't have to pay my taxes, they'll take your car, they'll take your house by force, by government force. The sheriff or whoever will repossess your car or try to take your house. But sovereign citizenship is something that is beautiful. I'm all for it.
You know, if I was a young kid at school again, I'd wish that we were taught all this shit.
Right.
Instead of logarithmic algebra, fucking hypotenuse, fucking angle of this and this, which not one single ever uses as soon as they finish their school for the rest of their lives. You were pumped in absolute rubbish, just so you could pass an exam paper, to pass a memory test, to memorize fucking rubbish, the logarithmic tables of this fucking exponential fucking algorithm, fucking bullshit. I want someone at school to teach me my sovereign rights. Honestly, everyone should know these rights, but the trouble is, no one, a handful of people like this guy know and research it. I mean, you're not going to get the average Joe schmuck to actually do any researching for this, Tim. It's too hard for them to fucking watch a 20-second video of whatever. No, that's a problem. People are too fucking lazy, weak as piss. It's easy to just turn on the fucking 6 o'clock news and she'll be good. She'll be right, mate. We're the Aussies. She'll be right, mate. They'll be fucking right, mate. Oh, fucking hell.
Peekay, they have all the time in the world to stand online to get tested for the fake bug. Hours they'll go to, but because now at first it was only if you're sick that you show up for the fake bug test. Now it's open to the general public. And I guess they're kind of swarming the places because that's where they're getting the cases. But so they have all the time in the world to wait for this thing to get tested, but they can't take out a few minutes to look up the facts of the matter pertaining to the fake bug. And I heard of a case where people waited online. They must have registered or something, and they got tired of waiting, so they went home. And then they get a notice in the mail saying that they tested positive for the fake bug.
Exactly, Tim. Actually, people that went to these testing stations, because initially they got some idiot get clipboard details, blah blah blah, tell you whatever, ask questions. Then you go to the next part. Well, there was a big queue from going one to the other, and these people said, "Oh fuck it, I'm going home." I don't know how they managed, but then they got told they tested positive, even though they didn't even do the test.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so unbelievable. But
as long as you signed up, you got the fake bug, and then they count you as 10, 15 cases too.
yeah, they find out who's been in contact with you recently, and they include them as possible cases, and possible cases are part of cases.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be tested positive, confirmed. Even that, they're all bullshit. But the people that aren't even tested, that have come in contact with your family members, they are cases as well. And I just want to point out something, the Victorian Melbourne shit, because the testing is, gone from 1,000 to 38,000. Huge increase in testing. Of course the cases are going to go up with the testing. It's like if I'm doing an IQ test on everyone, you're going to find more morons.
And that they did, Peekay. They found morons that want to get tested for something that doesn't exist.
Exactly. Someone gave me these details. I made a video a while ago. Go back to March. The cases as compared as a percentage to the testing, first day 2%, next day 1.5, 1.7, 1, 2, 2.5, sometimes 0.8. That's as low as it got. Come to last few weeks, where it's the cases have gone up to 200, slowly 200, 300, 480. Even at the 400 mark with 38,000 tests, the percentage is 0.07. It's less than any time from March. The percentage figures of those tested positive to the amount of testing is less at this point. But the whole fucking hysteria is fucking Victoria's hit the second wave. It's no second wave. The cases have gone up because the testing has fucking gone up. But I'll keep explaining the testing is bullshit. They just fudge the figures how they like to suit themselves. They'll bring it down, bring it up to suit themselves till the vaccine comes out. And that's what everyone says in all their things, till the vaccine. We're going to do this till the vaccine, till the vaccine. How about a fucking vaccine for cancer?
Yeah.
What, is anyone working on a vaccine for tuberculosis or whatever all these years? Nah, fuck that. COVID. It's all about fucking COVID. The deadly killer. It's fucking pathetic, mate.
Peekay, I wanted to bring up something else before we draw to a close.
I hope it's not your breakfast or your lunch.
This is from Staten Island Community Television. Now, in the United States, if you receive cable or landline service, you're entitled to make your own TV show at the local TV station. Okay, now Staten Island Community Television was shut down because of the fake bug, where all the other TV stations, the commercial TV stations, were allowed to be open. Now, Staten Island Community is just a place where you or me or anybody could produce their own TV show, and it shows up on the cable TV. Okay, now they sent me a letter, and it's not a letter telling me when they're going to reopen. There's nothing about that. Instead, it's all about their crazy new rules that you have to go through to go into the facility. They're telling us, the usual things, social distancing, masks, but also an automatic body temperature camera as soon as you walk in. Okay. Now you sign up to go in. There's a sign-in sheet. So, and they said, well, anyone gets the fake bug, you're going to be notified. You're going to end up being contact traced. And plus, you go in there. You can't go in the kitchen to eat food. No one could eat food in there. And they're going to have this big, I think they call it UCVA light or some kind of lamp that kills the fake bug. all for something that again, essentially and statistically does not even exist. And they have a whole list of stupid rules that I have to go through. And I guess other people who are fans of your show and my show around the United States, they have the ability to go in and make a TV show and actually compete with the bad guys, because all shows are created equal on cable TV insofar as most of it is boring as fuck. And so you're going to spin around and you're going to run into the Terrible Tim show or the Peekay show or whatever show. And so they're finally opening it up, it looks like, even though they're not announcing a date. But they're not going to make it easy. It has to be, you have to go over these bullshit gauntlets and mazes and obstacles. And all I do, PK, is I'm not a studio producer where I need their production facilities. I make a DVD at home and I just bring it in and I load it into their ingestion machine. In other boroughs, like Manhattan, for example, you don't even have to leave your house. You could just send it to them as a file. But what a sad, sorry state of affairs. You can't do anything unless you are under the duress and direction and obedience of the fake bug.
Like you said, if you go to a restaurant, which I don't intend to, hope they all close down if they want to apply these bullshit social distancing. If they want me to sign my name when I enter the restaurant, if I do, which I doubt I will, Bend Over is my new name. Bend Over, and I'm not sure what address I'll put, up Bumhole Street or something. But what are they going to ask me for? Proof of identity all of a sudden? But they actually got hire a person to look after this instead of actually cooking you a meal or something, or serving you a drink. It's a fucking joke. Did they have someone doing this when the swine flu came out? When even now the figures, 3 times as many cases and double the deaths. But no one's worried about that. No one worried about it. There was no pandemic then. But and if you got any fucking thing going on, Ebola or whatever, no one had to sign their names at fucking restaurants. The whole thing is the restaurant owners and these people have been bluffed by the government. Bluffed again, a hefty fine if you don't follow our orders. It's all about fucking money. And of course, they're going to bow to the government. Oh, we don't want to get fined 10,000. We're struggling at it as it is. Oh, fucking God, are you going to struggle when people aren't going to go to your bars and restaurants to put up with this shit? So, hang on, Robbo Max, 1:30 a.m. He's got out of bed. Oh, he's made a comment about you, Tim. Oh, my God. Ash has whiter teeth than Tim and has a better voice. Wow, that's a bit exciting. Oh, that's the...
Was that the guy who called me Tiny Tim?
Oh, thank God. How did you know I was going to just ask you that? How did you know? Honestly, I was going to say at the start of the show, but I was going to mention there was someone on the show on Wednesday who called you Tiny Tim. Is there something that you're hiding from us, Tim? You want to tell us about Tiny Tim?
Maybe he saw me in the porno movie.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter because I have a superior technique when fornicating. I have that side-to-side motion. But no one has ever thought of that before, PK, as you can imagine.
Yeah, well, it doesn't affect me because I still practice social distancing and it makes no difference.
We have to social distance our penises.
Yeah, well, making a difference. No more of that.
We gotta ejaculate from across the room.
This is an Earl. If you wear a mask, you'll be safe.
6 feet away.
Hang on. Robbo's just sent me something. Hang on. A photo. Take a look at this. It's on the other there to wash your hands too. Oh my God! They're telling you in toilets how to wash your hands. Are you fucking joking? Right palm over left dorsum and left palm over right dorsum. Does anyone know what a dorsum is? DORSUM. Can someone Google that now? What is a dorsum?
Google it up. Google it up. Google it up.
DORSUM. Right palm over left dorsum, left palm over right dorsum. They are teaching you how to wash your hands in a toilet. Oh my fucking God. Honestly, but probably a lot of people need to be told how to do that. That's fucking stupid. You wonder how half these people know how to put a mask on. You know?
Well, I wonder if they have a fancy name for testicles other than testicles. That's a scientific name, right?
We call them balls. I don't know if I can show you that. Let me see. Oh, fuck this.
Maybe they're running out of things, but they never do seem to run out of things, PK. There's always a new plexiglass helicopter head story, or people wearing inner tubes so that they don't get too close to each other.
They always come up with new terms, like, you know, recently hotspots and clusters, and there's always something that comes up. You know, I don't know, I can't see this, but anyone done dorsum yet?
And another word they use is surge, escalated. And you hear those words the day after a bunch of people go to the beach. There was a surge or an escalation in cases.
Oh, yes. All right. I'll type Google dorsum.
Go ahead.
Dorsal part of an organism or structure. The dorsal part. Now I've got to type in what the fuck is dorsal.
Oh, okay, so I could say that my testicles are dorsal too then. That's good news. It might help me out if I make another song about my dick.
Children watching this show.
It's a family hour, okay.
A dorsal fin. I remember you heard the term dorsal fin on a shark?
Yeah.
I don't get all this shit. So anyway, it makes, I mean, that'll confuse anyone now. Anyone that goes to a public toilet and reads how to put your left palm over your right palm over your dorsal, whatever it was, they'll be completely confused. So they've got no idea how to wash their hands now. Oh, talk about fucking confusion worldwide.
It adds legitimacy to their fake show if they use scientific or unregular language.
Someone said it's the outer surface. Wow, what? I've never known how to wash my hands to the inner surface of my hands. Is that possible? Yeah, if anyone knows how to wash the inner surface of my palms, please tell me how to do that. Oh, yeah. No, Rob, I haven't mentioned anything about the Christchurch 9-bullet man who got shot in the teeth and he survived. Did you hear that, Tim? A guy in Christchurch got shot in the teeth by an AR-15 9 times and survived. And if anyone thinks that Christchurch was real after hearing that, get a lobotomy test. Anyway, Max Egan. Has anyone noticed Max Egan's still on YouTube, or is he using his mute channel? And is that great from 9,000 to 200,000 yet? Because I can't be bothered fucking looking it up, that idiot. All right, Tim, we're going to close. It's been nearly 2 hours.
And it feels like it's only 20 minutes, as always, PK. It's always a pleasure to be up on here with you.
No worries, mate. Mad Pyman's got the best way of doing this. I piss on my hands and lick them dry. Is that wrong? No, that's good. That's good stuff, Pyman. Look up urine therapy, everyone.
Urine
therapy, and it's one of the best things you can do. Trust me. I don't recommend drinking it, but even drinking it, people recommend it. But it's good for your skin, good for your hair. It's your own piss, of course. Don't do it during a golden shower. It probably doesn't work. But, you know, if you're in a shower, pee on yourself. It's not going to do you any harm. Anyway, I shouldn't give you lectures about that. But anyway, if you don't believe me, Google urine therapy if you haven't heard. On that note, this show's been a pisser. So, anyway, Tim, we'll have you back again. Who knows what's going to happen again? Like last time, we said Who the fuck knows what's going to happen in this never-ending circus of idiocy? The circus of idiocy. And anyone driving a car with a mask on, by God, there's no help for you. Sorry, there is no help for you driving a car on your own with a mask covering your mouth and nose. There is simply no hope for you. They should actually set aside somewhere on this planet, I don't think an island's big enough, maybe fucking, I don't know where, all you fucking imbeciles should all be together and mix amongst each other and spread your, what was the term I used? Humanist mentalists. Humanist mentalists. And leave us good people alone who know this is fucking bullshit. Say the final words.
Let them all live in their own bubble wrap, plexiglass, diaper face wearing idiot islands. And leave us alone. Leave normal folk alone. I don't care if you outnumber us by whatever. Leave us alone. Go away. Go away and let me and Peekay and our peoples live like normal human beings who shake hands and hug, etc., or do even more intimate things. Not with each other, though. And go away. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid, dumb motherfuckers. Go.
Let her rip. Give us a fake. Give us a fake show. A phony fake show.
Yeah.
Before you do, I just want to say, I'd rather be a tin hat wearer than a fucking dumbass mask wearer. You got it?
Peekay, whoever thought that we would miss the phony fake mass shootings that they used to hit us with every week? I actually miss those days because it didn't actually affect me directly.
Yeah, and good old ISIS. They were fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know, they gave us a warning, because if you see the ISIS clowns with their flags and their sneakers and their black, they had masks on, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they
did. ISIS started this fucking thing, you bastards. I knew they were terrorists. I knew they'd give the idea to these so-called governments. But anyway, we're going to finish off with a phony fake fuck from Tim.
Normally, I would say we need to get this out there, okay? Because it's obvious as fuck. But they're showing you that it's fake. They're telling you it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Fake.
Well, fake fuck. That was good. Everyone, thanks for coming on Saturday morning. Nothing better to do. You can't go out unless you wear a mask. It was better sitting here and listening to Tim and even me, because you didn't have to wear a mask to watch our show. How good is that? Anyway, take care, everyone. Keep those masks off. And if you do want to go past one of these, whatever fucking things in Melbourne, I know it's hard, but let's see you try to fucking, do what this guy did. That guy was amazing. And I'll put the link in the description after this to check out his channel, because I haven't had a chance. He's done other stuff previously, and it's good stuff. And everyone subscribe to him, because he's hardly got a subscriber. And we need to support people like this, people that have got the cojones to do that, because by God, I couldn't do what he did, because I wouldn't have a clue what the safe for starters, but I'm sure virtually no one can do what he did. And he has to be commended. He's on the front line doing that. And until we have everyone, not everyone, but people doing that and showing the way, then we can grow some balls. We're fucked. Thank you, everyone. Tune in soon, or tune into my Wednesday show with my special guests. And thanks once again, Tim. You're a legend. Cheers, mate. Cheers, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend.
And much love to the folks in the chat.